All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
My first NBA game. Can't believe it's finally here. You work your entire life for something, and then when it's right in front of you, it's almost hard to believe. But I'm ready. And now it's time for me to show everybody I belong. And do my best to represent Harlem.
This is it. Opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And joining us in a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. And this matchup with the Mavericks, it's the first game of the NBA's regular season. Last season, coming off the bench of the first official NBA appearance from Freak.
You know, and what a huge moment this is for him. I mean, your whole life has been spent leading up to this, and finally he's going to get to take the court in the NBA. I mean, his mind has to be racing like 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, there are all different kinds of pressure situations. This is about as nerve-wracking as it gets. But even so, I don't think it takes away from how much he enjoys it.
On the floor for Dallas, we've got Chandler Parsons. J.J. Barea is out there with Felton. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Powell in at the power forward position.
And Chandler Parsons, changing teams last season, saw a little bit of a regression. Down in points, rebounds, and assists. But more troubling, down in field goal and free throw percentage. So you can tell that that transition to a new team, new system, new role definitely had an impact.
Chandler Parsons coming over from Houston to Dallas, moving into a new scheme, a different scheme than he had with the Rockets. It was his first go-around with Coach Rick Carlisle.
Yeah, and it's not easy for a player to adjust to a coach, or a new coach to adjust to a player. That takes some time. It's a two-way street. We know Parsons has the talent.
Kept alive. Knight dishes to Freak. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Freak gets it to go, and that's not just any basket, folks. Those are his first points here in the NBA. A chance now to go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with Rick Carlisle.
He told me that they'll have their work cut out for them looking to score inside with the elite shot blocker and defender Tyson Chandler patrolling the paint. He said he was the Defensive Player of the Year for a reason. He's got length, mobility, toughness, and the want to. He brings effort and communication defensively, and you can't forget about him at the other end either. An improved shooter, and he can definitely finish. Kevin, a ton of respect for what Chandler brings to the table.
And thank you for that, Doris. There's Freak. again, Phoenix. Well, with Freak Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
Nice job coming off that screen.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way, he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid in anything when it comes to basketball.
Wide open. And J.J. Barea, the bucket on the assist from Parsons.
Assisted by Chandler Parsons.
Now here's Freak, guarded by Barea. On the wing, Chandler. Knight on the wing. Misses the three. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Suns ahead, leading by 5. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. Sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game.
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life. Now that it's finally here, the feeling's pretty crazy. But I know it's just the beginning. I got a lot of hard work ahead of me to get to where I want to go, to be the best player and the best teammate I can be. But this is an exciting first step, no doubt.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective from most rookies, do you?
You really don't, Kevin. I mean, I really like his approach to the game. What remains to be seen, though, is will that translate to consistent production?
A completely new group on the floor. Suns leading by 5.
And one thing that Phoenix had for them last season was depth. A very good bench, and they provided a good scoring punch when called upon.
Freak, he's in at the point. John Lewis out there with Chandler. Then there's Brandon Knight, and it's Tucker in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns.
No matter what the score is, his attitude has been perfect. I love his disposition. He has stayed in attack mode.
Well, Phoenix did have a strong bench, best scoring bench in the NBA in terms, Clark, of points per minute played.
Yeah, and you know, it really helped them, that bench strength.